Welcome to Everything in Between.
We're a mother
and daughter
with a lot to say about, well,
everything. I'm Braelyn.
And I'm Lynn. And this is your show for perspective, real talk,
and feeling less alone in the chaos. I saw Sinners today in theaters in IMAX.
Oh.
On 70 millimeter.
Okay.
Which was really cool. Film.
Yes.
Like real film.
I get you.
It was so loud though.
Wow.
So I was.
So you didn't even
every
jump
single
at that.
jump scare was just like in the ears. Yeah. So I was slightly. I did jump a little bit, but I should have been more desensitized.
So random fact, because that's what we talk about.
Yeah.
I'm Lynn.
I'm Braelyn.
And this is Everything in Between. Welcome.
Yeah.
I suggested that we talk about time management today. You kind of had a weird reaction to that. Now,
yeah, I didn't really know what you meant by time management. But sometimes I do this thing. This is very frequent with me, where I do a thing without knowing that it's a thing or that has a name.
Well, that's
and
kind
then
of,
I like read a book and I'm like, oh,
I'm already doing that.
yeah, I've been doing that.
Okay. I would define time management as being how you live your life.
That makes more sense.
I mean, we all have the same amount of same amount of hours in the day.
Yes, but some people will say not everybody. Some people have like cooks and, they have help. So not everybody has the same.
All right. Well, those people probably aren't listening to our
people
podcast.
Say that's true, but people say, oh, everybody has the same amount of hours a day in the day as Beyonce. And it's like, cool, yeah, Beyonce has someone to do her makeup, someone to drive her somewhere to cook for her,
that's fair.
somewhere to care for her kids.
All right, let's throw all those 1%ers out.
Yeah.
All right, so now the regulars, here we are.
The regulars.
Yeah. And it's really about the concept, and for me, the mindset around what you're doing in your life versus what you might want to be doing.
Okay.
And feeling like, oh, I would love to be doing XYZ if only I had more time.
Yeah.
That comes out a lot. So that's where I sort of tie all that up in something called time management. Almost though could be more like, what's your mindset around, or what stories are we telling ourselves around how we spend our time? That's some piece of it.
Even talking about that, you were asking me like how I do my day.
Yes.
And how I know if I overcommit.
Right.
And I said, I don't overcommit. And then you said, how do you know? Mm-hmm. And I said, the specific to-do list that I use in Notion looks ridiculous if there's more than like 8 things on there.
Right.
And so I just use that as like it's a whole week. Mm-hmm. And I know, if there's 20 things, like that's just unrealistic. I'm not going to do that. I'm just going to move it.
Yeah. So I think that the challenge is that a lot of us head into a day with an impossible list of things.
Yes. Even neurotypical people.
100%.
An impossible list of things.
And therefore, you're setting yourself up from the very beginning of the day to fail.
Yeah.
And then frustration because maybe the 1 or 2 things that you were really hoping to, somehow you didn't even get to.
Yeah.
Because you're feeling like, but look at everything that happened in my day. Yeah. I didn't even have time to get my work done. I hear this a lot.
We call that the win the day.
Okay.
What do you need to do to win the day? 1 thing.
Right.
Sometimes 2.
Right.
Depending on.
There's a lot of old, tried and true. There's a thing where when you're leaving for the day or you get up in the morning and you write 3 things down.
Yeah.
It's the win the day with 1, but some people just say, what are 3 things that I really need to get done today? I was a stay-at-home mom for 12 years and I did that.
I don't even look at it like what are the 3 things that I need to do today, but what are the 3 things that are going to feel the best?
Okay, that's good.
Like
so there's a lot about mindset.
Yeah.
There.
It's like even just the verbiage, like obviously there are things I need to get done, but it's like, what am I going to feel the best about my day if I finish today? Right. Like I will win the day in my mind.
All right. So then you get
I'm satisfied.
How do you do that? Because you have everything from people have these notepads, there's cute, pretty journals, there's online tools.
Yeah.
You and I happen to be a fan of a specific tool called Notion that you are an expert programmer in, that you make custom templates for people all over the place. Yes.
I call myself a power user.
Oh, that's a nice way to put it. And that's just one tool. But I thought what we talk about today is it doesn't matter if you're writing it down in Notion and you can move things around, or if you've got
a bullet journal,
calendar
a
on the wall,
whiteboard,
whatever it is. But it's about looking at and making choices about how you spend your day.
A little bit,
versus just being a victim of your day.
Yeah.
And getting to the end of another day and going, there it is again. I still didn't get to that thing I was going to do.
I think it has to do a lot too with expectations.
Okay.
Like I would rather put 2 little things on my list and then go, I have some extra time. I've got like an hour. Is there anything from tomorrow that I can get done? I regularly do that because running an office space, I never know what my day is going to look like. And I could be like, cool, I would love to work for 2 hours in here, but sometimes there's just a gazillion people there and somebody wants to go grab lunch and I'm not going to say no. And like, there's just a lot happening. Maybe you're here and we end up talking for an hour. Like there's so much. So I'm constantly moving stuff around. So I prefer to like start with a lighter load than I think I can do. And then I'll be like, let me just remove something off tomorrow. And then I feel really good that I got something off tomorrow's list.
Yeah.
That's a really
Which
fun
is amazing.
feeling. Yeah. Instead of like, I could have just put all of that on my list.
Right.
And then been feeling bad when I didn't get to any of it.
So you're ADHD.
So it is a mindset thing.
And when you're ADHD, what specific challenge did that create or does that create for you around task completion?
Oh my God, so many, because you have time blindness.
Blindness?
You have a bad understanding of how long things take.
Okay, I'm laughing.
Because my dad.
Because your dad.
Yes.
Who I've been married to for 42 years.
I knew that you were going to laugh at that.
No idea how long things take.
Yeah, it'll just be 5 minutes.
Everything's 5 minutes. It's
never 5 minutes.
Yeah.
It's never 5 minutes. It's never 2 minutes.
Right.
It's always longer. And then all of a sudden you're like, oh my God, an hour's gone by. And I was just out here like in the shed looking at stuff.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Well, that
you don't realize
that. So 88, like everybody,
but that's just one thing.
We'll call them neurotypical folks.
Yeah.
Neurotypicals also can have a tendency to do that because we lie to ourselves.
To the extremes.
Yes.
Yes. And this is a genuine, like having no idea, not a lie.
Right.
Not like, I know it's going to take 15.
All right. So if you have time, if you're not diagnosed with ADHD, don't use this episode as a diagnosis tool. Yeah. However, you can look for some pointers. So
time blindness is one thing. Also, like initiating things, starting things.
Okay.
Extremely difficult. I have to jump through tons of hoops. Now I have like a lot of systems and I really like what I do. Makes it way easier.
Sure.
But sometimes like if you have a task for me and I don't want to do it.
Oh, I know what those are.
And I'm pushing it off. I literally will be like, okay, I've moved this 2 days in a row. I'm switching the task to work on for 10 minutes, sometimes an hour, if it's like a big thing. And I have to break it down.
So starting a task.
Super, especially when you're disinterested
what
in.
Is
yucky.
Oh, so it's
horrible.
You can't get that motivation.
No,
you're looking at the thing. And you're like, I want to do all the things besides that.
Yes. And sometimes if I know I have a small to-do list, I just leave it for the end of the day. Because then it's like, well, I got everything else done. I guess I'll do that thing now. But usually breaking it down. Like, okay, I'm going to do it. Like the task will literally be work on for 10 minutes.
Okay.
And then I either get 10 minutes done or I get an hour done. Either
Do you
way,
ever
I feel
start
better.
it and then you're fine once you get going?
Oh, all the time.
Okay.
All the time.
So it's a block in your mind sometimes.
It's like when working out, my rule of thumb is just put the clothes on. Put the clothes on, go down, sit on the mat. If you don't want to do it once you're there, that's fine. But normally that's the hardest part.
Do you ever just sit on the mat?
Like one time.
Okay.
Actually, and I did like the first 3 out of the 6 rounds and then I quit.
Yeah.
So it always works.
Okay.
So yeah, time blindness.
Yes.
No ability to start. And then I think a lot of like disorganization with like, well, how do I do the task? Do I need a Google Doc login that I didn't get permission for and now I have to wait? Did I lose something in my email and I'm supposed to call somebody and I don't know who?
Does your brain look for these things a little bit as an ADHD person?
What do you mean?
Is it looking for things that will make it so you don't have to start that task?
No. I mean, I don't personally deal with that.
Okay.
It just feels really yucky when it's something I don't want to do.
Okay.
Like really yucky. It's like, ugh.
Yeah.
Like a full body reaction.
Right.
Ugh, like that. But what was I saying?
Well, I don't know. Because you're ADHD and we lost your train of thought.
Yeah.
No, you were talking about if you don't want to do something.
Yeah, but then I had a third thing.
There's barriers.
Yeah.
That's It's kind of what you're saying.
Getting started.
Yeah. And then you kind of
There was a
capitalized
third
on
thing,
that.
but I don't remember what it was.
Well, we can rewind and check
but
out
yeah,
what that one was.
difficulty with tasks.
Right.
For sure. Oh, disorganization, like losing stuff.
Bingo.
You don't know where stuff is.
We got it.
How do I do the task when I have to email somebody and I don't know who and I don't know where the document is? And it's like that. Like,
so is disorganization is also a trait of ADHD?
Yeah. Well, they say not technically, but I think that because of like all of the ADHD factors, I think you're more likely to be disorganized.
Right. Now I see some people that are hyper organized.
Yes. As
which
a
is
fault. Like to yeah. What is that? When you do something because you don't want to fail?
I don't know.
It's like anxiety about failing, so you're good at it.
Sure. So there are ADHD people who you'll be like, they cannot be ADHD because they're so organized. Their closet is color coded. They're, but that is what we call coping tools. So if your tendency is like, he doesn't want to decide what to wear
My
in
dad,
a day, your dad.
Yeah.
So he just puts his shirts in order.
Yeah.
Takes the one on the left, and then he moves it down.
To be fair, I also have said multiple times he might just have be a bit autistic as well, but it's
just a decision though. So there's decision fatigue that comes with ADHD along with that startup thing. Yes. And so anything you can do to make
decision fatigue is real. Yeah.
Right. So I don't have to decide what to wear because the red shirt is the next one in line.
I don't have to do that, but
right. But some people do.
I do a lot of other things.
So,
something else that ADHD people do sometimes, or that I have heard, you have like a specific thing to get you into work. So like some people will put on a pair of glasses that they only wear when they work.
Like a trigger or something like that?
Like that they only wear when they work. Or maybe you have like a cup that you use, or you're like in a place.
Is
like
it something
you go to
nice,
the same place
or is it
for
just
work.
Triggering your
whatever
brain,
you
it's
want.
Work time.
It tells you like, oh, it's work mode now.
Right.
Also, like leaving your shoes on. Huge productivity tip if you're neurodivergent. Leave your shoes on when you work.
We're getting on a whole other road.
Life-changing. I was just spewing all the facts.
Back to organization.
Yeah.
Because I think that's really where Notion came in.
Oh,
and if people follow you at all on, I was going to say Twitter, which you're not on.
No, TikTok.
TikTok and Instagram. If they follow you at all, you do a ton of videos about before you had Notion in your life.
Yeah.
How you were swimming because you've got a portfolio career.
Yeah. At the time I didn't though.
You had multiple things and
I was just doing Thrive.
Struggling to manage that.
Yeah. I was struggling to manage the thing that I could now do in my sleep.
Right. And so it was an organization tool for you.
100%.
So and I do remember this because we would have team meetings and you would, I knew if you ended up with a list of things to do that were at all project based, there was going to need to be a working meeting, as we called it.
Yes, we don't have to do those anymore.
Right. Because I don't know where you were keeping lists. I didn't know. Yeah. Are there sticky notes?
Yeah.
So I frequently with your dad, I will ask him, is this thing on your radar that we talked about?
Radar's a nice thing to say.
And he'll be like, oh, no.
Yeah.
Or yes, it's on, where is it? And I just ask him.
And he has systems.
I have a sticky note. Okay. Yeah. Like an active sticky note, or did it get under the other one? He was a sticky note guy.
Yeah.
I don't think you
was
had
pretty
any.
Much the same.
Right. So, how do you now organize your tasks in a simple way? Like what works?
Notion was the first thing for me that I think I was going to say the way the task view was, but when I first started using it, I just used like a simple to-do list, like not even a database, but I made it so pretty.
Oh.
I filled it with like colors and stuff that I liked and I wanted to look at. And that I think was really like every time I opened it, it gave me dopamine and was exciting. Mm-hmm. And then like a year or two and I figured out like databases and how to actually build systems. And now I have like really cool automated things that work for me. But I think initially what was so impactful was that every other to-do list platform I'd ever used before was just ugly.
Yeah. And by the way,
I had to like use a bullet journal, which then like is not fluid at all. What am I going to use? Whiteout? No.
Yeah.
And then that just frustrated me. Or you got to like fill it yourself with stickers. Like it's just, so this was pretty and it was digital.
So you put all your to-dos in there.
Everything.
Like if I just, aside from me giving you a task or somebody else that you work with giving you a task, you think of something and you're like, oh, I got to do this.
Immediately
you grab
goes
your
in.
phone, you just throw it into Notion.
I assign it a date and everything.
It's on a big task list.
Yes, I don't look at it like that because it's terrifying. Yeah. I look at it week by week. So it's like Monday through, it looks like a little calendar, but it's my to-do list.
Right.
And then most of the time I'm actually looking at a today only view.
Okay.
Except I'll scroll down to see something tomorrow. I might move something around. So I have two different views.
What does move around look like? So you get up today and you've got 8 things and you only got to 4.
I just move them to tomorrow.
Okay.
Maybe I cascade some tomorrow to the next day.
Okay.
Depending on, I got a lot of low priority stuff. So it's pretty easy to just be like, boop, 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 boop.
And that makes you feel how?
Fine. Great. I don't care at all. Used to maybe not feel good about that.
Right.
But now I'm like, I didn't get to it. Who cares? I'll just do it tomorrow.
I don't know if we have any bullet journal users, but I was a bullet journal user for a long time.
I tried too. You were for a very long time, but I also went through a phase.
Oh, I have years and years of bullet journals. But the thing with bullet journals is I was continually overestimating my capacity.
Which you still do, I think, a little bit.
I definitely still overestimate my capacity.
Because the way you do your today, next week.
However,
your today could be 5 days.
Sometimes that's true.
You just leave it on the today.
Not always.
No,
I'll move it to it. And I'm assigning days a little more now.
Okay, good.
But with the bullet journal, you would have this week long, and it's okay. Here's a task I want to do this week, and then this page was I'm going to pick Monday, Tuesday, Wednesday, Thursday, Friday, or a weekend for what I'm going to do, and I would have to guess.
Yeah,
but you're writing it in pen.
Yeah, it's the worst.
And then if you don't get it done, they have this little arrow you put on it, which means you have to migrate.
Yeah.
So it's what you're doing, but it's so much easier on Notion to slippy slide.
Yeah.
Drag and drop. Because I kept writing the same things.
Yeah, that sounds horrible.
Over and over again.
Yeah.
So
you were like about to crack too when we got your Notion. I feel like you were like, this is not working.
It wasn't good.
Yeah.
And it was mostly that my brain was full and there was nowhere to store like all these ideas that I would have or things that weren't urgent. We all have them.
I put everything in there.
Right. So everything just goes in.
I still remember, do you remember you were there the first day I found it? And I was like, come look at this.
Yeah.
And I said, this is amazing. I put my whole brain in here. I spent like 6 hours putting
I was
everything
super
I
jealous.
could think of
I was like, well, I
into
want
Notion.
that.
And then literally my brain was like, whoosh. It was quiet.
So you make an important point because how we think about our time and our tasks is
important.
Actually the whole game.
Yeah.
It's the whole thing.
Yeah. Yeah.
And when I work with leaders and I hear them say, I don't have time to do XYZ, I tell them to open the calendar. I want to see your calendar.
Yeah.
And
it's totally a mental thing.
If their calendar is meetings all day, but then they have a task that they're going to do, I look at it, when are you going to do the thing?
Yeah.
You know, I'm creating an employee compensation plan and I'm the only one who can brainstorm this. Cool. And they'll say, well, my deadline is, 2 months from now. Cool. What's your week look like?
Yeah.
And if your week has no space, then they're lying to themselves.
Yeah.
That they actually have a time they can do those tasks.
Yeah.
And that's what starts to just feel like you're now sinking.
I used to love that I didn't have to have a calendar.
Oh, I know you did.
Like, because I didn't have any meetings.
I have nothing.
I love not having meetings.
Yeah, now you do.
And now I have I have a calendar, but I use Notion calendar. And it's great because I can see my task list for each day on the day. And if it's this long, and then I also have, I have meetings all day, I just like drag them to the next day right in my calendar app.
Yeah.
Really good about just being like, that's not going to happen. Goodbye, goodbye, goodbye.
And you feel good about that.
I feel fine because it's crazy that you wouldn't, in my opinion. Like, of course you can't get it done.
Right.
You just literally don't have enough time.
Right.
That's not my fault.
So when people say, I don't have enough time, I'm super busy, I don't like the word busy.
I don't say I'm busy ever.
Right.
You will never hear me say the words
I'm
I'm
heavily
busy.
scheduled.
Maybe. I have a lot of meetings.
I have a lot of meetings.
But I will never say the words I'm busy.
Right.
Because I feel like what you say into the universe, that's a whole nother episode. But it's true.
Yeah.
Like I also never lie and say like, oh, I'm sick. Nothing like that.
Yeah.
Like, because you're going to get sick. I don't know. It just feels like bad juju.
But yes, I hear you.
But yeah. I don't want to speak.
We have a good friend, Alika Cullinan, who talks on time. And she says, I work in many countries across the world, and the Americans are the only ones who think that busy is a good thing.
Yeah.
And it's like a badge of honor. Mm-hmm. I think people are getting exhausted of that, and that's changing.
I think so too.
But they're still saying it.
Yeah, I don't think millennials do that.
And they're not so busy as they are poorly scheduling their life.
Because it's like an illusion to be busy.
Yes. And overestimating their ability to get work done based on not putting any breathing room in their schedule.
She also has something else that I love that I tell people to do all the time.
And?
A GSD block.
Which is?
A get shit done block.
Right.
Means no interruptions. And I think that everybody at offices should be doing this, especially if you're neurodivergent and your workplace says, what's an accommodation we can give you? I need to schedule my own get shit done blocks, and I need to not be interrupted at all.
Right.
It's like life-changing. It's basically a time, an hour, right? She sets an hour.
You can set what works for you.
I guess, yeah, whatever you want.
She said if you're ADHD, 30 minutes, that's cool.
But it's non-interrupted.
Right.
Like your colleagues know you're not going to answer Slack. You're not going to answer Teams. You're not going to, it is everybody needs to do this. You do this. Focus blocks.
Yes.
I call them focus blocks.
Phone is on
myself.
Phone is off.
Oh, for me?
Yes.
Phone has to be on.
Right.
Yeah.
But in some folks' situation.
Yeah, put it away if you need to.
Right. Airplane mode, whatever, if it's going to distract you. So yeah, you take a time block.
Yeah, whatever you want to call it.
Call it get shit done on your calendar. If you want to schedule something on top of that,
you're just aware.
Move it.
Yeah. Or like, you're going to get less done.
Right.
But like I can crank out sometimes upstairs. Like I will get to work at 10:30 and it is 4:00 and I'm just now sitting down to do any work.
Something that you thought was going to be a task for you that day.
Yeah. No,
Right.
I just I got busy the whole day. People were chatting. I was in meetings, whatever.
Sure.
Something happened, pop up to
That is many people's days.
Yes. And all of a sudden it's 4:00 and I want to go home at 5 and I have an hour. I can
Right.
get done a lot. I can get a lot of stuff done.
If it's a get shit done break.
Well, I mean, if I'm by myself.
Right.
Oh, I can get so much done.
Right.
Or if my friend and I, we like to say, we're going to lock in. Like we might yap from 10 to 1. And then it's like, okay, from 2 to 5, we're locking in. We're not talking.
Locking in.
We're locking in.
I like that.
And we're gonna work.
Right.
Uninterrupted.
I know plenty of folks who say that they can only work at the beginning and the end of the day because the middle of the day, they're allowing themselves constant interruptions with meetings and people walking in their door.
Running a business
and
and being in like a big office. I mean, it's kind of similar to what I deal with, but it seems rough.
Yes. And you can put some boundaries in.
I think again, going back to being the leader as a CEO, like if you say everybody gets 2 hours a day where they can schedule on their calendar and they won't be interrupted, like that also means you get to do that.
Right.
And that's great for everyone.
Right. And what did we say in the last episode? Something about the most actual accomplished work in a typical office day is going to be probably 2 to 4 hours.
Yeah.
And the rest of it, call it work if you want.
Yeah.
Sifting through emails, answering
$2
emails,
tasks.
Talking to people, $2 tasks.
Yeah.
Oftentimes.
Yeah.
I'm going to book that flight or whatever it is. When talking about mindset, I'm going on a 3-week trip and I'm leaving Saturday. We don't usually do that.
Yeah.
This is a week where I have all day meetings. I'm facilitating Monday through Thursday. And then Friday, I have had to get the haircut in.
Oh, you have to do everything before
all of a
vacation.
sudden, it was filling up with stuff. And at the end of the day, I have this standing meeting that I have with somebody every month, and we just get together and shoot the shit. But we're not working.
Yeah.
Yeah. So it's a really great, which put me home Friday at 3.
Ugh.
We're leaving.
I'm sorry, that's not enough time.
Saturday at 8.
Yeah.
I sort of started packing, but I'm literally sitting there last night going, it's not going to work. It's not going to work. It's not going to. So again, my mind is already setting myself up to feel panicked.
But based on past experiences, that's not going to work.
I do. So all I did was clear that one meeting.
Yeah,
and then I looked at my day and I was like,
2 is way better.
And one 15-minute phone call.
Yeah. Easy
now
peasy.
I'm like,
Yeah.
So it was one thing making me feel like this whole pile up.
Yeah.
It's so much mindset.
Yeah. Yeah, it really is.
And I think that's why you said even making Notion look beautiful. You're drawn to that. You and I both open Notion up before we start our email.
Oh yeah. I sometimes I forget to open my email. It's been like an hour and a half and I'm working and I'm like, oh, I should probably open my email inbox.
Yeah, but you just chucked off 5 tasks or 3 or whatever you did.
Yeah.
Right.
Especially because I love to start with the easiest thing. That's another ADHD tip.
Oh.
What's the easiest thing you can get? Because then it builds momentum.
Okay.
So like easy things, like if I have to transfer money from the bank or like put something in savings or like pay
just
somebody or
done
pay
so
an invoice, like whatever. Yeah.
I do that sometimes
Pick the easiest things.
I was going to say sometimes non-neurodivergent people or neurotypicals will say, do the hardest thing.
No. Oh,
for
neurotypical people love to say eat the frog. Like productivity bros, eat the frog means do the hardest thing on your list first.
If
that
you're
does not
listening,
work for
I had a
ADHD
big
people.
eye roll right there.
Because you will procrastinate all day while trying to do the hardest thing on your list first.
Right.
You won't get
anything. And then
anything
you've got
else
this
done.
angst all day long.
Yes, it's horrible.
Like a little feeling in your gut.
Yes.
Whatever.
Sometimes that gets me to do something yucky.
What does?
Knowing that if I get it done, I will not have the feeling in my body of not wanting to do it anymore.
Oh.
Like if it's already been 2 days
Think
and
about
I've been thinking about it.
Yes.
And then I'm going to think about it today. And I'm like, do I want to think about that all day tomorrow? No, I'm just going to do it right now.
Right.
And then it gives
because
me
if
that
I don't
extra
do it,
oomph.
I'm going to get up tomorrow and have
You're
the
gonna think
same
about
conversation
it.
with myself.
It's horrible.
Right.
I hate that. I can only go so long. And then I'm like, this is torturing me. And I do not like it having power over me. So then I get it done.
So I don't know if you call it time management or whatever, but I think that whatever tool people use is less important than framing time in a way that you're honest with yourself about what you can actually get done.
Yeah.
And we keep setting for ourselves these impossibilities, and especially women.
And not being too rigid.
Sure.
Like you have to know that the whole plan could just blow up.
Yeah.
You could have a whole beautiful plan for your day. And then it just goes awry.
Of course. Because we are still just spinning all the plates.
Yeah.
You know, you have a wonderful, supportive husband who takes care of meal prep and pretty much everything at your home and all of that, right? But there are plenty of women who are doing what you're doing.
Yeah.
And then they're coming home after that.
Yeah.
And having to think about meals and kids and
Yeah.
the house didn't clean itself while I was gone, all of that.
I was watching some TikTok video articles that people made about like the house stuff being more difficult than their jobs for ADHD people.
Okay. So can you use Notion effectively in a personal way as well?
100%.
So do you sort it out separately or do you
That's
have
up to each person.
how do you do it? What are your tasks?
My to-dos are everything all in one.
Yes.
I don't split it up based on if I need an oil change or I need to go pick up a
I think
prescription.
that's the woman brain because
But you can. The beauty of Notion is you can just have separate views.
Well,
you can look at it together or apart.
I have a ton of categories.
Yeah.
Which just helps me know like
What it's for.
Right.
Yeah. Otherwise you'd be like, what is that?
Like for my consulting and my coaching business, I know that category is gray.
Yeah.
It's fine. It's work, right? But then I also do some work here in the building that we own and with the co-working and all of that. It's purple. But it helps me look at even how I'm spending my time, where then I can just sort my tasks and go, you know what? It's Thursday and I'm just going to spend time on, doing the co-working budget or whatever it is.
Yeah.
And so I just highlight and sort by those. Because I think women are always thinking about like our brains are wired very differently. So they can be firing in different areas at a time. So we can move pretty seamlessly, most women, between I can call and schedule my oil change and then I can come back and write a document.
Yeah.
And then I can take a phone call from my kid and then I can come back and work on a budget.
Yeah.
And we move like this. Many men are much more focused on like, I'm going to compartmentalize. So I'm going to do, and I'll go back to your dad, like 8 to 5, his whole life has been work.
Yeah.
Even though he doesn't have to do that now, it's really hard for him.
Yeah.
If he's going to like pick up groceries, he'll do it at the end of the day. So he's like, all right, my work day was over at 4 and then I'm going to go do some errands and pick up groceries. Right. I would do that in the middle of the day.
Yeah.
Like with no problem.
Yeah, that would be fine.
I'd be like, oh, that's a nice break.
Yeah.
I'm going to work for a little, 11 o'clock. I'm going to go get the groceries.
Yeah.
Pick up the dog, come home. I'm like, oh, that was good. And then I'll go back to work again.
Mm-hmm.
So he has a hard time using Notion for personal.
Yeah.
Do you have another way that you set it up for people other than like just color coding, or do they have different dashboards for work and personal?
Some people do. I mean, I like to include those in mine. There's like a home page versus like a work page or a business page, a content creation, but then it's also all just mushed into one in a dashboard too.
Right.
Because some people want to be able to break it down. Some people don't want to be able to break it down. I need to see like everything.
So you can kind of choose
all
your
at
view.
once. Yeah.
I don't think again, it's back to mindset. Like you could feel super productive at work, but if you have to make 7 doctor appointments and take your car in and there's no food at home, right?
Like
you still feel that same pressure.
Yeah.
That
It's
you're
not
getting
any different than
crushed
work.
under it.
Yeah.
Even if you're like killing it at work. And I would venture to say you're not killing it at work because you're feeling crushed by the stuff that is in your life.
Yeah. Feeling crushed by anything is going to make you not work very well.
I mean, life is really, we keep getting more and more technologies, and we are, I don't know if we're smarter than we were before, but like life is a lot more complex. I grew up in the 70s and it was pretty basic and simple. There wasn't so much going on.
Yeah. People talk about that. Like, what was it like to work when you like literally physically couldn't work when you went home?
Well, you couldn't.
Like, yeah. Wow, what
but
is
even
that
there
like?
was no computers on your
That's what I'm
screens.
saying,
Like, what was work actually like?
Yeah.
Wouldn't you have loved to see like what is a work day? In an office. Before there was a computer.
Yeah. What are you doing?
What were they
Writing
doing
stuff?
exactly?
I don't know.
Were they handwriting?
I don't know.
I don't know.
Yeah.
I think there were some early systems. Like my dad was a purchaser at a manufacturing company. I don't know how he got his job done. Was he on the phone?
He probably was on the phone,
There's
and then like
probably,
writing
like,
down
these-
order slips.
There's
and
probably
stuff.
these work orders that were coming in, and there was an actual inbox.
Well, with like
that
a
was real.
paper.
Yes,
Yeah, that they
with
were what, like
paper in it.
faxing?
Yeah.
What did they do? Or somebody would call and they would write it down?
Yeah, I'm thinking,
Crazy.
isn't that wild?
That is wild.
So there was a lot of work on the phone.
Yeah.
But yeah, I back to it's just there's so much expectations, and there's everything is even though we have like DoorDash and we can get our groceries delivered, we have all these tools. There's a lot of people that even at middle incomes are hiring out their houses being cleaned or have landscapers, that aren't stuff that used to be for wealthy people only. And we have all these tools, and many people still just feel frenzied and pushed and like it's never enough.
I forget who it was, but I just saw a post that was some news outlet that said 60% of Americans cannot afford, and it was like not nice things, but like a basic life. 60% of Americans.
Yeah. And so it's just this constant, like this treadmill that you fill.
Yeah.
But because we have all those tools that we didn't have.
Yeah.
Like if my mom didn't get in the car and go to the store, there were no groceries.
Yeah.
So how does she have a more calm life than those of us that can sit at home and order Instacart?
Because my guess would be like higher wages, less stress, like husband could work, provide for a whole family.
Right. Okay.
So like they were less stressed. Now a woman's working.
Right.
And if they're not working,
that two income
they might
thing,
be penny pinching because only their husband is working.
That's
like
a good
they
point.
might be really like coupon clipping, like, you know what I mean? So even if they're at home, they choose to have a 1-income household right now. That's hard.
Right.
They're probably still sacrificing and being stressed about stuff.
I think
that's where the more stress comes in.
Yeah, that's for sure. But it's like we have all these tools, and to some extent, life isn't better.
No,
it's complex.
Yeah.
So I think it's a lot into mindset. Yes. Tools like Notion, game changing. Our mindset around what is actually okay for me to expect from myself today.
Yeah. And like understanding your own capacity, especially if you have ADHD, because one day you could have a great capacity. The next day you could have none. Sometimes that happens. I go to work and I'm like, oh, I'm not getting anything done today. Like boop, 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 move to tomorrow.
I had a day this week and I had a get shit done block.
Mm-hmm.
And I only had, you would not approve, nor would Olenka, that I had like 2 that week.
Yeah. Sometimes you do that.
Yeah, it doesn't make sense. And then if you lose one, you're kind of screwed.
Mm-hmm.
And for some reason, I came home from something and this get shit done block was at 3:00. Not my best time for GSTs.
See? No.
Right. And I'm home and the house is just like the weather right now is so nice.
Yeah.
So the windows open and it's just like all balmy.
Mm-hmm.
And all of a sudden I became sleepy.
Yeah.
And I had to choose, like, I'm going to move the get shit done block.
Mm-hmm.
I took a nap.
Yeah. That's
like I grabbed
I'm so
my
proud
book.
of you. That's great.
Yeah. And I was like, whatever.
Don't
like,
force it. It would have not gone good if you forced it.
if you look at your list of stuff to do, what's really going to matter?
Especially if you work like in business. I say
Right.
that all the time. Like none of it really matters at the end of the day.
How, if you can look at your stuff and go, oh my gosh, look at everything I'm expecting myself to do. Would I expect this of anybody else? And then how much of this actually really matters?
So much of mine is like, oh, well, this is all just like none of it matters at all. Yeah. Sometimes you're like, I need you to book this room tomorrow.
Yes.
It's quick. That matters.
Don't forget to order the food for tomorrow.
But most of the time it's like, oh, this is for something in October.
Right.
And I'm doing it now. I can move it tomorrow.
Mm-hmm.
That doesn't matter.
Mm-hmm.
Or it's like, print a new sign.
Mm-hmm.
Put the event online. One day. It's not going to make a difference.
Mm-hmm. We don't have that with everything, but I certainly feel like all of us could benefit from actually looking at the things that we think we wanted ourselves to do, the things that make our shoulders tighten up and give us a knot in our stomach.
Yeah.
And look at those and go, which of these things are really worth that?
Mm-hmm.
And just take a pause and take some deep breaths.
Yeah.
And think about what you really want to be doing.
Or what you really need to be doing.
What you need to be doing.
Yeah, what's the crucial? What's the win your day?
Does your floor need to be super sparkly clean? Do you have to have that cool meal you thought you needed to make?
Yeah. There's
that
always a way to like
Instagram,
make something easier. I ask myself that all the time. How can I make this easier? How can I make this easier?
You have a phrase, and maybe this can be your hack for today. Good enough.
Yeah.
Do you know that? It's
not a phrase. It's
a what?
You and Dad love to say it's a phrase.
Okay, what is it?
It's just like a ideal. Like it's like just a thing that I practice.
Okay.
I don't shoot for perfection.
Right.
It's good enough. It's fine. Mm-hmm. And do you know how many times I send stuff to clients and they're like, amazing, wonderful.
Right.
And that was my good enough.
Now, there's people that are cringing right now.
I'm sure.
Because
there's a lot of perfectionists out there.
There are perfectionists and there are people who are like, it can't just be good enough.
Does anybody ever notice the perfection, even if you reach it? Mm-hmm. Does anybody else notice it? Mm-hmm. Because my good enough gets praise all the time.
Right.
I don't know.
Fair
I never
question.
have struggled with perfectionism, so I don't understand it.
You're an Enneagram 9,
yeah.
So good enough comes naturally for you.
Yeah.
But I think we can all take from that.
I mean, yeah, it's just like don't stress too much over stuff. It doesn't matter.
Yeah.
If
There was
it's
a
good
book.
enough.
Do you remember this book that came out a long time ago called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff? You probably wouldn't know about it. I'm going to say it was in the 80s or the 90s.
You're thinking of Don't Cry Over Spilt Milk.
No, but that's good too. But this was a business book that was called Don't Sweat the Small Stuff. And the subtitle was, And It's All Small Stuff.
Yes.
And I'm like, wait a minute, this was out 30 years ago.
Yeah.
And everyone was like, that's
I vibe
so
with
good.
that.
And then we just keep sweating all the small things.
Yes. So yeah, I don't do that.
Right.
But I do remember, like I have a memory as a child of the don't cry over spilt milk thing. And that really stuck with me.
What's that?
It's the same thing.
Okay.
Like don't freak out over something small.
Right.
You spill milk, don't cry.
Right.
It's fine. It's the same thing as don't sweat the small stuff. So like that really stuck with me as like a 5-year-old.
Right.
And I'm like, oh, little stuff doesn't matter.
Well, if you have kids, you
don't
can
get
think
upset
about
it
in terms like how much pressure are you going to put on your child to be any more than good enough?
None.
Right?
Yeah.
I hope not.
But a lot of perfectionism, I think, is self-inflicted.
Yeah, of course.
But it's like, what? I don't know. I don't understand it.
I have
sympathy, but I don't understand.
Yes. So there's some honesty here with how you look at your calendar.
Yeah.
How you look at your schedule. So if I am coaching with folks that are struggling to feel like they're swimming upstream and they're never getting those big projects done that are going to move their life or their job forward, I always say, I would like to see your calendar.
Yeah. You know what's really funny? I do recall spending a lot of time before I got Notion feeling like it wasn't productive enough. Like all the time. So I really struggled with that.
You're like, what did I actually get done?
Yeah. But then in using Notion, and I have a friend that I made a Notion dashboard for. Same thing happened to her. She was like going through burnout, and we were like, you need to do less. And then I made her a Notion dashboard, and she started putting all the stuff in there that she was doing. And she was like, holy shit, I need to do less. And we were like, yeah, we've been trying to tell you this.
She was realizing she's actually accomplishing a lot.
So much. And I had the same thing with Notion. It was like, oh my God, I did like a lot of stuff today. So then I released that like, oh, I actually am really productive.
Yeah, it's funny because I will tend to, in Notion, there's a checkbox that you can just check in a task and it just gets archived.
Yeah.
But there's also a little button that's like it's in progress or it's not started or it's done.
Yeah.
And done is all happy and green or something, right? And I was always just archiving and never marking done. And you were like, how are you doing that? Don't you want to see it for a while? So now I do.
Just like a day.
For that day.
For tomorrow.
I look, and if I'm feeling overwhelmed and like, I haven't been productive enough in that voice that just keeps wanting us to do more and more, I can actually look at the day and go, oh. And I even give myself grace if there's stuff that's at least in progress.
Yeah.
I started it.
Yeah.
And then I have 4 things done.
Yeah.
It's a good day.
Yeah, my today view of my tasks, nothing goes away when they're done. Because then at the end of the day, it's like, oh,
yeah,
look at everything I did, like before I close out. And then if I'm like, okay, it's like 4:00, I have 2 things left, like I can do it. Look at all the other stuff I did already. Really helps.
Yeah.
Yeah.
So there's a lot around how you frame it, your mindset.
Yeah.
That's why calling it time management seems a little bit off. We need a better name.
Yeah. Sometimes I'll even do something that wasn't on my to-do list and I put it on my to-do list and I mark it as done.
Oh, I was going to ask if anybody's ever done that.
Yeah. I do that all the time.
It's rare.
It's good though. You need the dopamine that you're like, yes.
Yes.
It was unexpected, but I did it. Yeah.
Do you approach your weekends the same way?
Weekends, I try to have like a loose plan, but everything can go out the window and I'm not upset about it. And I always tell myself if I am going to work on the weekend, I have till 1 p.m. to start. So it's like I could screw around all morning, go do an activity.
Feel like you really had
back.
A morning off and you had a break.
Yeah. And if I do work on the weekend, it's like a 1 to 4. Very rarely, if I'm really inspired on working on something fun, I'll work till 9 p.m. or so. But
you were doing like birthday errands. Did you put that on your list this weekend? You're like, I've got to go to the store and buy my husband a birthday present or whatever.
And if that was something I knew I wouldn't forget.
Oh, okay.
If I think I'm going to forget it, I'll put it on there.
Right.
Because I do open that up on the weekends. Like if I'm at my computer, which my computer at home is also my gaming computer. So I'm kind of there.
You're going to see
lot.
it. Yeah.
I'm going to open it. I want to see it. I'm going to check it. I might move stuff around.
Yeah.
Especially if I was like, oh, I was really ambitious this Saturday and I have like 5 things and I'm not going to do anything, then I might move them to Sunday or next weekend.
Well, I hope this conversation was helpful too.
I mean, I wasn't even really fully understanding what you meant by time management, but
like I said,
at first,
mindset around time
and like forgiving yourself.
Right.
I feel like it has a lot to do with like knowing how much you can do. What are your expectations? Being fluid. Yeah. Just like your expectations around all of it.
Like you think about, and I know like social media, we love it and we hate it at the same time.
Yeah.
It's set these standards for people that are just not achievable. Everything is so much is so staged when you see these folks that are just accomplishing all these amazing things and having these beautiful trips. It's a highlight reel,
It's a highlight reel. You can look at my Instagram in like the darkest periods of my life and be like, wow, she's really having a great time.
Right.
Like it's not real.
Right. And it's like, my mom grew up in the, she was raising us in the 60s and 70s. There were like women's magazines, like Women's Day. So there was this standard. They'd see, beautiful housewives making lovely meals.
8 hours a day.
What?
It's not 8 hours a day.
It's not 8 hours a day. And like, she'd be like, oh, I want to make that new casserole. That looks really cool. But if she didn't do it,
And she's
Nobody
not seeing
knows.
other people. She's not seeing, oh, Janice made the casserole and
Not
she
seeing
did it
Janice
perfectly.
made the casserole.
And I made mine and it looks like shit.
Yeah.
Like that's
Exactly.
that's what happens.
Right. So that is a piece of what we're dealing with, that it's never enough. But if the never enough and never good enough is part of your self-talk, we hope that this is helping today to be able to just take a breath and say, it's good enough. I'm not an Enneagram 9, but I'm going to take a little Braelyn. Today, it's going to be good enough.
And sometimes I think about too, that even the people who do look like they have it all together, whose highlight reels are amazing, are telling themselves, I'm not doing enough. I'm not doing it good enough. I'm not enough. They're telling those same things.
Sure.
Even though they're having this great, what appears to be this whole great situation. So sometimes that comforts me to know. Even the people that are the best at what I'm doing, don't fully probably believe that they're the best. So I should just think I'm good, and then I'll be happier.
You may as well.
Yeah, nothing's gonna change when you get to the top. Yes, this is
for somebody else.
Yeah, I'll never
so
forget. I saw. I don't know what it was, an article, an Instagram post, but it was one of the Kardashians like saying how much she like felt bad in her body, talked about her, whatever. And I was like, okay, so if you're like the hottest woman on earth and you still feel
and
like
you're spending all that money,
you got to change your mindset. You got to change your mindset.
Right.
Yeah.
Yeah.
That's crazy.
For sure. All right. Do you have a life hack, or is it going to be good enough?
That can be my life hack.
Okay. I'm going to go with sneakers. I spent my
so random.
Well, it is.
I'm gonna go with sneakers
because I spent a lot of years in heels.
You are wearing sneakers. This is true. For the longest time, I didn't know how tall she was truly because she wore heels every day.
Heels with jeans
every day.
It worked for the industry.
Yeah.
And it made me actually. I mean, heels can make you feel really great.
Oh, true. Yeah.
And I'm 5'4".
We're tiny people.
And so to be able to walk into a room at 5'7". Oftentimes, like, I didn't know how tall some men were that I would see once or twice a year, at conferences, until I took my heels off. And then I'd be like, holy shit, that dude's tall.
Yeah.
And then I realized, like, I would just be this small person, like standing like this in all my conversations. And it wasn't really until COVID that I felt free to chuck the heels. And there was kind of this women's empowerment movement to like get rid of the heels. I don't. And if I do, it's going to be something stacked and squishy and comfortable. But I didn't want to just have like one or two. And I don't like flats. It's not my thing.
This is going back to sneakers.
Yeah, it's sneakers. So I started seeing people wear sneakers with suits. Women were wearing sneakers with dresses, not just on the way.
You can wear sneakers with whatever.
Yeah, it's amazing. And the fact that you can have, because I had a collection of shoes that
now you have a collection
gone.
of sneakers.
I do have I'm growing a sneaker collection.
That's so cute.
Yeah. And so I've also learned you have two sets.
You have a set that
you don't ever exercise in or do your walks in.
Yeah.
And you just wear them like dress shoes.
Yeah.
It's the best thing ever.
Yeah. You're wearing them right now.
I am. My whole day can feel better. I mean, I'm on my feet a lot. I facilitated a meeting this morning.
I'm wearing sneakers too.
I was on my feet and I was completely comfortable. And I remember so many times feeling like I've got to get out of here and off of these shoes. Yeah. So,
as your advice, your life hack is wear sneakers.
Yeah, if you don't have some cool, fun sneakers and you're scared to try it in a business setting, please.
I think everybody under the age of 40.
But this podcast is for people in your 40s and your 50s.
Yes.
If you're not, and I really waited too long to start. So sneakers it is.
Sneakers and good enough.
And there you have it.
That's another
episode of Everything in Between. I'm Lynn.
I'm Braelyn.
We'll see you next time.